94.3 The Dude is very grateful to our men and women in uniform. We're proud to recognize local members of our military by turning the spotlight on them right now in our Soldier Salute.
Today on the Soldier Salute, we're speaking with South Carolina National Guard Sergeant First Class Lisa Charnock. So, Sergeant First Class, tell us about you.
I'm from Aiken, South Carolina. I was born in Greenwood. Been in the National Guard for 14 years. My job in the military deals with communications, so was able to get a job doing communications type stuff. Not long into that, I ended up getting a phone call from the National Guard wanting me to be the sexual assault response coordinator for the state.
And then right after that, they had another opportunity for you, right?
They had told me that there was a new suicide prevention program manager position, and I lost my dad to suicide when I was 12 years old. So both of those positions are really, really important to me, and I'm very passionate about them.
Now, those are contractor positions. What about with your unit?
In my National Guard unit, I'm still the victim advocate, so I still deal with sexual assault and help victims, and if you at least touch one person in that crowd, I fulfilled my purpose.
So, Sergeant First Class, what got you charged up 15 years ago to go ahead and join the National Guard?
The biggest part of it was my mom was a single mom. She had lost her second husband to cancer not long before I made the decision. So to kind of help her out financially, that was the biggest reason why I kind of made that decision, because the Social Security from my dad passing away had diminished. And so I decided to go ahead and do that to help. And so I gave her, part of the money the whole time I was in basic, and to kind of give her a boost just to help out. That was the biggest thing. And then, of course, the school thing. It's been a great help as far as paying for the school. Now that I'm back from the deployment that I just finished, I'm definitely going right back into it. I'll have to do online classes, but getting that degree finished and using those benefits that the National Guard has provided for me.
Looking back on it, pretty good decision?
Yes, absolutely.
We're also joined, in addition to Sergeant First Class Charnock, her mother, Frances Kitchens. I'm curious, Mom, what did you think when your would-be Sergeant First Class said, Mom, I'm going to go join the Army?
I had a dream as well, but my mom said no. So when she came to me and asked me, she said, Mom, are you okay with it? And I said, absolutely. You do what you've got to do. I want you to better yourself in every way you possibly can.
Now that she's been through it and she's been doing it for 15 years, how do you feel?
Extremely proud. Couldn't be more blessed. With everything that she has been through in her life, she's made a lot of accomplishments, and I've got the pleasure of watching her achieve each and every one of these accomplishments, and I just couldn't be a more proud mother. God has really blessed me.
All right, so Sergeant First Class, you decide you're going to go ahead and join the National Guard. You get off the bus and you see a sea of campaign hats coming your way. What are you thinking?
Oh, what the heck did I get myself into? I mean, it's definitely kind of crazy, because the way they come at you, you're like, what in the world is going on? Is this really what I'm supposed to be doing? But in the end, it turned out really great. And no matter whether it's basic training or AIT, or you always end up leaving with a lot of greatness at the end of it, whether it's, really great friends, or there's tons of people from every training that I've been to that I've just kind of still got on my Facebook page or wherever that I try to stay linked up to. So the friendship and the camaraderie and being able to become a team with so many people all scattered all over the state, in other states sometimes too, so it's pretty awesome. So
Sergeant First Class, you go to basic training, you go through the shark attack where the cadre comes out, but how was it in balance, basic training? Lots
of crazy moments. Anything can be crazy when you've got 30 females in one building sleeping and everything together, so it can get crazy at times, kind of like a hen house. But even the sergeant major at the end of it asked what the worst part about it was, and that's about 6 people in our group, and every one of us said the same thing. And it was kind of funny, because at the end he was like, okay, I've asked several people so far and y'all all said the same thing. It's like, well, have you lived in the same room with 30-something females? But I mean, it was really great. It had its hard moments, and you get frustrated, but you come together as a team and lift each other up and help each other through, and it's just pretty awesome. Sergeant First Class, what piece of advice would you give to somebody who maybe is thinking about following in your footsteps, whether they want to join the military because their family did, or because, like you needed to support your family, and or maybe the potential benefits for school and just quality of life? What would you say to somebody? What do they need to be mindful of before they actually say, I'm going to do it, or
this ain't for me.
Just be ensured that, it's really this decision that you want to do. Make sure to weigh your options and see the different branches, see what they have to offer. Got plenty of options when you do the ASVAB test, because depending on how you score, of course, it gives you different options. And making sure you look into each one of those and really get that good position that you really want to have, to make sure you have the MOS that you can move up in as far as rank and everything else. And something that you're going to be passionate about, something that you can really hold on to and be proud of.
Sergeant First Class, tell me this. What is your favorite thing about serving in the National Guard?
I definitely have to say the friendship. It's really awesome to learn a new trade, but it's also pretty awesome to be able to make so many friendships scattered across South Carolina and NCOS schools. We get the opportunity to be around people from other states too within the National Guard. Just being able to be that mentor also for other people under you that might have struggles from time to time or not know which way to go, and to be able to be that person that they look to and turn to in whatever the situation may be.
So we're joined not only by Sergeant First Class Charnock, but also her mother, Frances Kitchens. And this question is for both of you. Now, Sergeant First Class, you've been in 15 years. You've worn a uniform or two in your day. How do you feel when you put that uniform on?
Definitely over the past 10 months. Being in Afghanistan and Kuwait, just knowing that you actually have the ability and you actually took that, saying that 10% of Americans are the ones that make that commitment to be able to be a part of that 10% and go over to other countries and help protect our country. I mean, it's a pretty awesome feeling. It makes you pretty proud.
Mom, what do you think?
Ecstatic. Going through life raising 3 kids, the first one you would have suspected as going into service would be your son. But then to see my youngest daughter go into service, it was mind-blowing. I mean, the pride in my heart, I just couldn't express it anymore.
All right, so Sergeant First Class, I understand you just got back from deployment and you had something of a surprise for some of your family members. How'd that go?
With social media these days, it made it pretty challenging. The first one being my mom, so my sister was the only one that knew family-wise that I was even home. A couple of my friends came and picked me up, and as we're coming down the escalator, I'm looking at all the news media there, and I'm like, oh geez, this is not good.
Right.
We're gonna get busted. So that night, in conversation with my sister, let us know that she was going to the Moose Lodge. Went straight to the Moose Lodge in Greenwood, and I'd already coordinated with one of the band members that was playing that night. And that morning, she had sent me a video with her singing just a random song saying, "Thank you, Jesus, my Lisa's coming home." And so my sister was like, we've got to play that. So she comes out running and crazy, of course, and like, oh my God, my baby's home. And so then as we're sitting there hugging and sobbing and all of that, all of a sudden she's like, they're playing my song. And it was funny.
Thanks for joining us in our Soldier Salute. This salute to our local soldiers on 94.3 The Dude is presented by Little Pigs Barbecue, serving Columbia since 1963, and All American Heating and Air. American and proud of it.